Hey guys, my name is Talia. I'm a staff member at Discovery and I'm going to help you do your homework today. So this question kind of trips a lot of people up, and there's a good reason why that happens. We've been spending a lot of time grouping and aggregating and thinking about like if we want to sum or count, and it's like kind of gotten to the point where like we're starting to forget what it all means and whether or not we need to do it at all. So read this question again carefully. Write the Python code to find the percentage of D's given in every section of every course at Illinois. Now look at the data frame. This is what we get by default. This is the original data frame. It already lists every section of every course at Illinois. That's what the data is. That's what it's showing us. So we don't have to group or aggregate at all. There's no reason to combine things or split things or whatever. So it kind of all just amounts to a math problem. And that's one cool thing about data frames and Python and Pandas is that you can do math on rows. So in this data frame, I simplified it. I just made it so there's only A pluses and D's because really there's like so many grades. But anyway, the D column, this just says like how many students in each section of each course got a D. And this count column is just the amount of grades that were given out, so like the amount of students in the course. And what we're dealing with here, the percentage of D is given. Well, what do you do when you find a percentage? You take the smaller amount and you divide it by the total. Same thing here. So the code that you want to do is you want to create the column first, right? The question asks you to create the column called percentage D's. I think it's percent D. Make sure you do quotes, percent D. You create the column is equal to the D column divided by the count column. And so what this does is it runs through every row and it just divides what you have in the D column by what you have in the count column, and it stores it in a new variable. So you add this, percent D, and this is like whatever 6 divided by 16 is, whatever 13 divided by 20 is, 21, this one I know is 1/5, 20%, but that's really all there is to it. It's just one line of code, it's just math, it's just percentages. In data science, you want to try to keep things the least amount of complicated as possible.